How's it going, guys? My name is Dave Pallets. I'm a full-time eBay reseller, and in this video I'm going to be sharing how having a virtual assistant on eBay changed my life. Let's get into it.
I get that cash and I flip it, yeah. I get that cash and I flip it, yeah.
Alrighty, guys, so I have been doing eBay for like 4.5 years, and within a year of doing eBay I figured out what a virtual assistant was. One of my buddies had told me that he saw something online about that, and I was very reluctant on using one because I didn't want to pay per item to get stuff moving. But then he started using it. He started using it way before me, a couple months before me, and I was like on the fence of using one, and I wanted to see what kind of results he would get first. So he used it for like 2 months, and he was listing, we were all listing about 20 items per day manually. That is a lot of work. If you guys list that much, hats off to you. Like, that's a lot of work, day in, day out. Shipping, sourcing, all that stuff together is a lot of work. And I mean, we're in this business, you know, like this is what we do. It's a lot of work. eBay is not easy. We all know that. But I was only listing 20 items per day, and I was like almost getting burnt out. Like at one point I dedicated myself to doing 35 items per day, and my store was like at 800 items, and we were making good money. But then my buddy started using them, and then he started doing like 60 items per day, and I was like, whoa, that's insane. 2 days worth of production in 1 day. So he was doing twice as much as me. So that's when I started using them, and I got a little taste of the different kind of velocity pretty quickly. Like when you go from 30 a day and you have to do 30 a day, like when you have that goal, and I wanted to do it 7 days a week. I was single and I was just working. Like that was all I was focused on. So 30 a day, it was getting done. But then once I started using a virtual assistant, we started doing 100 a day, and that is when everything changed. And my store went from 800 items to 16,000 within a span of like 9 or 10 months, which is absolutely ridiculous. That's what I'm going to be doing now. I shrunk my store down a lot. I've been hovering on 5,000 items. I wholesaled a lot of the electronics that I used to have because electronics were abundant at the time. Right now I can't get as many electronics. I did sell a lot of electronics on eBay obviously as well, but right now we're doing mainly shoes and clothing and hats and some electronics. But right now I have my sister coming in to take pictures, and right now we are cleaning shoes. But just to put it in perspective on the cleaning alone, to clean 40-50 pairs of shoes in 1 day, I did this yesterday, so I'm gonna do a whole video if you guys are interested on how I clean my shoes. These were absolutely filthy. Now they look mint. But all the shoes, you know, I get them pretty dirty and I get them cheap, but we clean them up, make them look pretty much as good as new. But that would take me so long in order to get that done. It would literally take me probably two hours to prep 50 pairs of shoes, just to get them wiped down, and then I still got to wash them. So maybe 4 hours total, and that's 4 hours total. Maybe an hour and a half on shipping, and then like an hour of sourcing, an hour and a half of sourcing. So we're talking about a full-blown day. We haven't even got into the listing part. So then to list 50 items manually and do all that as well on top of everything, we're talking about a 12-hour day, focused, no fooling around, and getting that done. And you know, if you can do 20 a day, I can do those 20 shoes a day, but it's going to be a 10-hour day, 12-hour day. But the 50 is going to be more than that. Like, I don't even think I could do 50 pairs of shoes listed manually, plus cleaning them, plus sourcing them, and plus shipping, all the other stuff I got going on, plus YouTube. And it's just too much. So when I started using the virtual assistant, that's when we started really getting a lot of velocity going and getting a lot of traction. And that's when my sales went from about 15,000 to 20,000. That was kind of the ceiling when I was doing everything by myself, listing, shipping, and cleaning everything. You know, it was like 15 to 20,000 per month. But once I started using the virtual assistant, we went up to $45,000 a month, and I think it could have gone even higher. But I was filling up the store with a lot of stuff that shouldn't have been on eBay, and I was sourcing way too much product that was not worth it. So I changed up how I source everything. When I'm gonna make a video on how the new sourcing strategy I have is completely different and is so much better. And I think a lot of people can learn from that. But yeah, I was filling up my store with a lot of junk, and I was focused on the number of items we were sending out to my virtual assistant per day, and that was honestly kind of like destructing my store. But it was my fault. If I sent 120 good items per day, it's absolutely ridiculous what can be done on eBay. I was filling it up with a lot of fluff, but now we're doing like 50 per day, but it is very good product. We have this pair of Kevin Durant's youth size, probably gonna be like 40 bucks. We have this pair of Nike golf shoes in mint condition. They're probably gonna go like 40 bucks. And the average sale price right now that I'm aiming for is like 35, 40 bucks. When I was doing 120 per day, it dropped down to like $21. That is very good, but it's not at the same time, because after the cost of goods, after paying the virtual assistant, it was getting very cost heavy. And at one point I was paying him like $1,000 per month. But like I said, that was my fault. I was overpaying for items that I shouldn't have been posting, and then I was sending it to him. But either way, even with messing up, we were able to get to 16,000 items listed and like $45,000 per month on eBay alone. And I was doing a lot of wholesale as well. I've been doing wholesale for a while, like years now. And that is crazy because I was filling it up with garbage. And like, I would say 40% of it shouldn't have gone on eBay, but it was still selling. And just imagine what you guys could do if you guys have 30 to 40 great items that you guys are sending to your virtual assistant that would otherwise take you a whole day to process. With a virtual assistant, 50 pairs of shoes, my sister just came in, she can knock those out in an hour and a half, and then we're good to go. And I pay her, 15 bucks an hour. And with the virtual assistant, right now it's $1. So all that cost added saves me a lot of time. Yeah, I am paying, but we are moving at a much faster velocity. I just have my sister coming in and just taking pictures. And my job right now is to ship, source, and clean and get everything prepped and do YouTube, because we do YouTube 3 videos per week, and that is a lot of time. I do content on Instagram as well. It takes some time. I want to do both at a very high level, and eventually I want to hire on another person that can help me clean and process a lot of the stuff that comes in. I want to be getting more items. I want to eventually get to like 30, 40 pairs of shoes per day, and like 30, 40 pieces of clothing per day, and then like 15 pieces of electronics per day, and then some hats. Like, I want to be doing that kind of movement, and we're building it up right now, back up, because I just switched to clothing and shoes and electronics. I was doing strictly electronics when I got to 16,000 items on eBay, and we kind of downsized, we moved, a lot of stuff happened in between, and now my goal is to get to 40,000 items on eBay with shoes, clothing, hats, electronics, and fill up this entire warehouse, which is 1,500 square feet. That's the goal. And it's not going to be overnight. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be a lot of obstacles. So if you guys are interested in joining that journey, make sure you guys subscribe and follow, and check us out, because we're going to be documenting the whole thing. Right now we're at 4,800 items, but I am going to be wholesaling about another 1,000 pieces of electronics to free up some rack space right here, and then we can just start filling everything up with clothing, hats, electronics, and shoes. And it's gonna be pretty cool. It was a huge transition year into switching to all this, but it is getting there. And honestly, having a virtual assistant changed my life. It's been able to help me out financially a lot, and has taken my eBay business to the next level. If you guys are interested in using a virtual assistant, my guy is very good. If there's an issue, if there is something you want to get a hold of him about, he literally replies within minutes. He's on top of his game. He has a whole team of people. They're overseas, so it is much cheaper than having a virtual assistant here in the United States. If you guys don't want to use them, it's perfectly fine. You guys can find one on Fiverr. There are people on Fiverr that do a good job, but if you want, the person that I recommend, he does an amazing job. I tried many of them. He is the best one by far. And if you guys want to get in contact with him, I can connect you guys directly. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram. You guys can message me on Instagram, or you can email me, or you can go on my website, activeapparelzone.com, and click contact us. Either of those are fine. I can connect you with them, $1 each, and I think it's going to help out a lot of people. I think if you guys were looking for a sign on whether or not you guys should try it, this is the sign right here. It is a life-changing thing for your business, for your life. There's more freedom. You guys can spend more time sourcing, getting better product, and you guys can move at a much better velocity and make more money with the same amount of time that you guys have in the day. Alrighty guys, I just wanted to add really quickly, the virtual assistant does not have your eBay information. You add them as a staff and they only build drafts. So a lot of people are worried about that. They don't have access to any of your information. They don't see your accounts. They don't see anything. They have no way of changing anything. So if that's something you were worried about, don't be worried about that. They're only as a staff. And let's get back into the video. That is honestly the cheat code when it comes to eBay, is having good help and being able to move a lot quicker. Everyone has a limit to how much you can do every single day, no matter what. I don't care who you are. There is a limit. The only way to get past that limit is to get help. And either you want to have a in-house employee that takes pictures and lists your items, that is fine as well. I've done that as well, and I've done the virtual assistant as well, and I pick the virtual assistant every single time. Obviously now I'm getting help as well, but we are moving at a pretty good velocity. The business profits allows us to have help as well, because I do YouTube and I do wholesale. Right here we have 500 pieces going out for wholesale as well. Like, I have a lot of stuff going on, so I need help right now. There's not enough time in the day for me to do everything. If I did everything myself, I'd be working 19 hours a day and still not having the results within a 7-hour, 8-hour period. So yeah guys, I hope this helped someone out. I hope this motivated some people to consider a virtual assistant. You guys don't have to use them. I'm just saying it's helped me out tremendously. Even the people around me, I have a buddy that, like I said, he's the one that first started using him and kind of opened up the light bulb for me and other people, and it's been off to the races ever since. He did 700,000 on eBay last year alone. So yeah guys, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Comment down below what you guys think about this, what other videos you guys want to see. I am dropping a video on how I clean all my shoes on Monday, and then yeah, I got a bunch of videos coming out guys, so stay tuned. I'm gonna catch you guys later.